Hello, next new video. Today we're going to take a look at a very interesting team here that I really wanted to try out again. We're going to have the Shadow Jumpluff on our team again with the Community Day move Acrobatics. Jumpluff, basically the cheap-ish tropius for the people who don't get like good tropius during the Go Fest, for example, or like who don't live in a region where tropius is spawning. Jumpluff can be definitely an option that you can run instead. Tropius is still most of the time more preferred. I actually like the Jumpluff a little bit more than Tropius as a closer than, like, for example, a Sayswap or a lead. Tropius is there definitely a little bit better just because of the move Leaf Blade. Leaf Blade going to do like 70 damage for 35 energy, which makes it basically the best move in my opinion in the game. Very cheap move that does so much more damage, even more damage than, for example, a Body Slam or anything like this. It's basically a better Body Slam, which is kind of insane. But only a limited amount of Pokemon have it, and grass type charge moves are usually not the best in the current meta, so it's kind of balanced. My opponent decides to swap in their Medicham against my Sableye here for whatever reason, and yeah, we can still take this move and we can still get to 1 return, and we know that they have Swampert in the back, so this game is pretty much over at this point already, and we don't even need to use our Jumpluff in this game, but Jumpluff is still gonna have some games where it definitely can do some things. We have this Skarmory against us on the lead, which is pretty nice, and my opponent gonna decide most likely no to swap out. They do into Umbreon. We don't really have an answer for Umbreon. I should have went right now already into my Jumpluff, to be honest. It was kind of stupid not to, but maybe it was not the worst idea. We have to see later on, as we can still go for some Earthquakes here against this Umbreon, and we should do some nice damage with our Stunfisk. Stunfisk is still one of the best Pokemon in the current meta. But yeah, this team here is kind of inspired by teams that you have run over the, I don't know, like around Season 2 to Season 6, 7 in Go Battle League. Not really anymore, where you run like Stunfisk in the lead, you run the Sableye, the Sayswap, basically baiting out also like stuff like Furry types or whatever, but having like a pretty decent, like, in general, like Sableye is the best Sayswap in Go Battle League. It's just a thing, like honestly, it's just the best Sayswap that you can have. Next to nothing really beats it, other than you have Charmers in the back, and a lot of people are kind of not for Charmers, which I also not really the biggest fan of. But yeah, definitely very decent team, and then usually people are running the Tropius in the back or the Venusaur. Venusaur is also something that I really want to try out again, but I haven't really done recently, so maybe someday. But yeah, this team has been around for ages basically, and now we're gonna try it out with the new Jumpluff there. It's not really new, to be honest. It was a C-Day around like half a year ago. It was actually a pretty decent C-Day in my opinion. Like a lot of people hated on it, but it was like triple starters, like why not? I don't really mind it too much. And also Acrobatics is a pretty decent move on it. Otherwise it would have to learn Aerial Ace, which is definitely not a move that you really want to run. Yeah, but this team definitely works out pretty well. I kind of went neutral with this team, to be honest. Like, I didn't really went too positive with this, mainly because there is not a lot of play right now for stuff like the Jumpluff in the current meta. The thing is, you have Registeel everywhere, you have all the steel types in general everywhere. I saw a ton of Skarmory. I saw stuff like Nidoqueen, which of course likes to do some stuff against Jumpluff, but also look at Jumpluff here, by the way, going for the Acrobatics, going to be able to boom this thing away, and we see the Swampert in the back, and we're gonna be easily able to win this game. Jumpluff also still has some play, but you see also stuff like Ice types a lot right now with the Walrein especially. Yeah, it's kind of awkward sometimes. A lot of Pokemon have Ice type coverage. It's not like the easiest Pokemon to play. Here my opponent definitely not running an XL Azumarill based on the damage I did with my return. You can always really easily see this. I think you have like a breakpoint with Shadow Claw against non-XL Azumarills here. Thanks for that game. I don't know if this really mattered or not. But yeah, like I can just farm down my opponent at this point of time. There's nothing that they can do. They go into their Stunfisk again, which is fine for me. I can go for 2 charge moves here, and I should be fine getting him pretty low. I tried to catch the move, didn't work out whatsoever, but I should be able to get still to another Earthquake, which should be fine. We still have a move stored, and I'm not really too worried about this matchup right now. They only get to a Rock Slide here, pretty sure. Yes, they do. And I can overfarm a little bit, try to get as little farm for my opponent as possible, as they gonna go into a Trevenant, and I can just get the final shield with my foul play here from my Sableye, and I should be fine. They're gonna go for the move. It doesn't really matter because we still have our Jumpluff in the back, which can easily KO the Trevenant and also the Azumarill. Just have to hope that my opponent doesn't catch. They try to catch, didn't work out for them. And at this point, we're easily gonna be able to survive one Shadow Ball, as Jumpluff is bulkier than even the Tropius, even though I guess like not as a shadow version. As a shadow version you have like 20% less bulk but 20% more attack. So yeah, like as a normal version it has a more stat product than actually the Tropius, but sadly not in this game. Because we have a shadow. We see the Granbull coming in here. What a nice surprise as a Say Swap here. I really don't like this thing, but maybe we can get some extra energy with our Jumpluff here. It's gonna be tough to win this game, to be honest. I saw so many double charm users all of a sudden. It's kind of insane that they're all out here right now. But yeah, we'll see what my opponent gonna bring in now. We're gonna see they're gonna bring in the Bastion. I think I just surrender. Yeah, there was nothing I could do here. Like whatever I was supposed to do was kind of hard counter. I actually had a lot of times where I just completely get hard-walled by stuff. I don't know if it's like my own fault. With Sorrel teams, I played Sorrel teams prior, which I wanted to try out. I always got completely hard-walled. Like, I had such a bad day yesterday for Go Battle League, where you don't see the gameplay. This, by the way, also, like, if you see my rating drop or whatever, either I like tank on purpose, which usually only happens on Tuesdays, to be honest. Like when you see like stuff on Wednesday, usually, and I have like lower elo than other stuff on the video that you saw on Tuesday, for example. Usually you tanked on Tuesday then. Or like I have just bad days with different kind of teams that you don't see on YouTube. It's like when people ask me, oh, why do you always get positive with those teams? Like I don't. I play Low Spice. I also kind of tank sometimes, not on purpose. And for example, right now, like I didn't tank on purpose. I'm just getting hardballed a lot of times. I had with a different team an Obstagoon getting a double boost back, like basically back-to-back Night Slash boost immediately, and got completely hardballed. I'm just sometimes also super unlucky. It's totally normal. Like you see just always on YouTube the bright side basically of it. I also sometimes struggle. Like it's totally normal. As we see the Swampert coming in here, doesn't really matter for Jumpluff. Jumpluff gonna sweep here. Jumpluff in general is like such a fun Pokemon if you can get into the right matchups, especially as it's now gonna be able to destroy Trevenant and also the Swampert, which are both really common. We see a Sableye having the same CP as our Stunfisk here, which is kind of funny. I really wish I would get another better Stunfisk. We have like I think 2 14 13 here. You see it on the right side. I don't see it on the right side right now, but I wish I had like one with a 0 attack, but I don't have maps. It's not really spawning the wild a lot, so like there's not really a possible way to get this. But yeah, we can go for return here against Azumarill. I love Sableye's save swap. It's just so good. It's honestly like just the best save swap. I actually tried to build a team before, which you don't see because it didn't work out, where I tried to punish every Sableye save swap. I think I had like Magikarp lead, Lickitung save swap, and the Wigglytuff in the back. Guess how many Sableyes I saw? I saw one, and the one was in the lead. Yeah, like sometimes you just completely get screwed over by the game, and yeah, it's not so cool. Actually, the funny thing about Jumpluff is not that bad against Reggie. Like, it's not, of course, not good. Like, everything is resisted. He can get neutral damage on you, but it's actually not that bad. Like, it's actually not that horrible, as you're gonna be able to see here. We can go for another Acrobatics. We basically are at the same health range right now. And I can swap out soon, and I can store some energy here, which is gonna be nice. Just gonna store one move here. My opponent swaps out into their Sableye. I can go for one Earthquake, which should KO my opponent, I think. I should most likely undercharge this or try to undercharge it, I don't know. Because I don't get to the move here barely. If I would got to the Rock Slide there, I would have been able to KO this thing here, which is kind of sad because now I'm not going to be able to. And I think I might have been able to win this game otherwise. But you see how close like the Jumpluff actually can get the Registeel, which is kind of hilarious because everything is resisted, but it's fine. One core breaker for this team. You have the Obstagoon here. Also, Scrafty lead would be a core breaker for this team. Not really the best for us. They go for the Night Slash. I don't think this is the game where I completely get screwed by Night Slash boost, but I'm not sure. They go for another move here, and they're gonna swap out here now, which is nice. I can go for 2 more moves against this Nidoqueen. I got refunded there, which I didn't really want to, but like I still get to 2 more by my both moves here, which is fine. And they're gonna let it go through, which is totally okay for me, because now I can farm my opponent down, and now they're gonna be stuck with their Obstagoon against my Jumpluff when they want to swap into here. And they're gonna wait a little bit, which is smart by them, but I can swap into my Jumpluff now. Jumpluff resists the counters, of course, and I can just go straight for Energy Ball. Energy Ball is the worst move, but needs less energy, and I expect my opponent to shield anyway, and I think we're already in a range where an Energy Ball might even KO the Obstagoon. I shield here just in case it's like a hard-hitting move there, and we see the Mew coming in here. Very interesting team by my opponent. We go for the Acrobatics. We do a big amount of damage. I just want to swear, I didn't really want to swear there. As we see the Wild Charge coming through, can we catch the Wild Charge onto our Stunfisk? We can most likely catch the Wild Charge here, which is amazing, as we can farm down my opponent and we can just go straight for the Earthquake here. Earthquake gonna do a lot of damage. We have a lot of energy stored on our other Pokemon. This Earthquake gonna get the final shield of my opponent. They go for another move here. What move do they go for? They go for a Night Slash. They have to go for another one. They go for another one. Do we still survive this Night Slash here? We will actually be able to survive it here with 1 HP in a Dream, going for the Earthquake, finishing this Obstagoon pretty easy there. Good game to my opponent. Kinda awkward because I kinda got hard-walled, but didn't really end up mattering here. We see another Stunfisk lead. Usually I win the leads pretty easily. I'm gonna go for a bait here, and I'm just gonna predict my opponent to go for a bait as well. They go for the Rock Slide, I go for the Rock Slide. I don't know if they want to shield mine or if they are brave. They are not brave, so they're gonna shield mine. I can just go for a little bit more of a farm, I guess. It doesn't actually really matter anymore when you throw the move, which is really nice. They go for another bait. I go for the straight move here of the Earthquake, and they just gotta let it go through, and I'm gonna be able to try to farm down here, but they actually can get still to a move, which was the Earthquake, so right shield from me. We are in a shield disadvantage, but we are gonna be able to still hit this Azumarill with a lot of nice, not super effective, but neutral moves from the Earthquake here. And we're gonna get them low already into the deep yellow health, which is really, really good for us. Actually already red health. They have to throw a move here, and they're gonna go ahead and throw the Hydro Pump, which is definitely an overkill. And we see the Granbull coming in, and at this point I was like, I should be fine here. Like, I should be able to get to another move with my Sableye, and if I hope that they throw here, and the move will KO the Granbull, and I should be able to farm on the Azumarill. Yeah, but Go Battle Lag decided to do something different here, and I just get farmed down before I can throw my move. Thanks, game. Like, I definitely would have been able to get to my move there before he can farm me down. Like, I tried this matchup prior, and I would have been able to. I'm not sure if I would have been able to farm down the Azumarill, but I'm pretty sure I could have. But yeah, good game there. Very nice. Didn't lag whatsoever. Well, it is fine. We see the Umbreon coming in here. We're gonna be able to go for some nice Earthquakes against this thing. We needed to hit one Rock Slide anyways, we knew prior, but we're actually gonna swap out here, storing us our energy, because I kinda wanted to get rid of my Jumpluff here, because we would lose against whatever he had there in the lead. So we're gonna be able to go for some Energy Balls. Again, Acrobatics is the better move, but Energy Ball is enough to two-shot this Pokemon, so why would they go for Acrobatics if I need 2 moves anyway? And I can just overfarm a little bit. They go for another move here. It is totally fine by me. And I'm just gonna swap out after this Energy Ball, I think, because I will be farmed down by his lead. So I'm gonna swap out immediately, try to go for the Earthquake against his Nidoqueen. I don't know if they know that I have enough energy for this. They do know, and they also gonna be able to bait me here. I thought of no shielding this definitely, but I was wrong here and shield this. We have the simultaneously move here with the Earth Power against the Earthquake. So the Earthquake gonna come through. Do we KO my opponent? We do not. They go for another move. Do they want to swap out onto us? They want to swap into their Walrein. Catching the move here doesn't really matter too much, to be honest. I can just go into my Sableye, and they don't throw in time, so I can get to another move, which definitely wins us the game here, as they don't gonna be able to KO us here with one Earth Power. We definitely gonna survive this, just barely. So this gonna be it for the video. Thanks for watching. See you next video. Have a great rest of your day. Definitely Jumpluff is still a fun Pokemon to pick, but right now more than restricted matters, to be honest. So see you next video. Bye.